Boy, a Forgotten 45, Forgotten MP3 by Spin Doctors at number 28. Up 12 from 40 the previous week. You Let Your Heart Go Too Fast. The Spin Doctors from a fantasy playlist, a fantasy indeed, July 24th, 1994, as the song did not make top 40. The Spin Doctors, this was from their second album, Turn It Upside Down, did not do as well as their first album, Pocket Full of Kryptonite. God, that was, well, I'll get into that in just a minute. Although Turn It Upside Down did go platinum, and they had about three minor hits off the album. Cleopatra's Cat went to number 29 in England. There was Mary Jane and You Let Your Heart Go Too Fast, which went to number 42 on Billboard's Hot 100. The Spin Doctors, the origins of the Spin Doctors. In New York City, late 80s, they were a band called the Trucking Company. Guess who was in that band? You'll never guess. John Popper. John Popper of Blues Traveler. He left Trucking Company to focus on Blues Traveler, and they had that huge hit Runaround early in 1995. Well, they became the Spin Doctors. Trucking Company became the Spin Doctors. They signed a deal with Epic Sony in 1991 and released Pocket Full of Kryptonite in the summer of 1991. They played at a big festival Spin Doctors did with Widespread Panic, Fish, remember Fish, the sort of the 90s version of the Grateful Dead. The Fish, they never had a huge hit, but they had massive followings. I mean, we're talking loyal grassroots following. Fish. And of course, Spin Doctors, they are developing a grassroots following, but still the album was ignored. Pocket Full of Kryptonite. Here's a fantastic album that was just laying dormant until MTV came along and they played Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. God, I love that steel guitar. Just listen to Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, that steel guitar. It's hypnotic listening to it. And then there was Two Princes, which was even more commercial than Little Miss Can't Be Wrong. And Two Princes early in 1993. And, well, what can I say? Pocket Full of Kryptonite became a huge album. Sold about 5 million copies here in the States. Of course, my favorite cut off the album. Oh, my God. And Hitline played this. Hitline played this God, I loved Hitline. They were so eclectic for a top 40 station. For music, of all places. But they played Jimmy Olsen's Blues. Man, I still get goosebumps thinking about Jimmy Olsen's Blues. Does anybody remember Jimmy Olsen's Blues? Now, was that a brilliant record or what? Man, I really got into it. It just made my night listening to it. It just made me feel so good, so contented that everything was right in the world. Listening to Jimmy Olsen's Blues by Spin Doctors. But anyway, also the Spin Doctors records, You Let Your Heart Go Too Fast, also played, spun generously by Hitline. They played that too. Well, that's all I got to say about this record. So let's let it go at number 28, The Spin Doctors, off my fantasy playlist, July 24th, 1994.